Hello people of the YouTube world and all who are watching this. I am Mackenzie901K, and yes, if I look the exact same that I looked like in last week's video, that's because it's the same day. I'm starting this vlog as I ended that one. Today's an exciting vlog because today is actually our annual quarterly readathon with Katie, bestie Katie. Katie is reading, and Katie's Patreon members. Very, 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 very exciting times. If you guys want to participate in these quarterly readathons, you guys should go check out Katie's Patreon. I join in every time, well, almost every time, because I didn't join the last one, that Katie does a readathon. I love joining into Katie's readathons. They're always so fun. So for this readathon is called the Stamped Readathon. Katie has created a cutie little set of stamps that you can collect if you follow the reading prompts. So I will share those. Let's see, because I think that they are so cute and so fun. So here is the prompts. The first one is participate in the weekend readathon. Next one is read a book that is part of a series. Read a horror or thriller or a murder mystery. Read a hardback book. Read a book that is set in autumn, and complete all the prompts. I have made a TBR for this. I don't know. I think these books all cover the prompts. I think maybe some of them overlap, but here's the books. We have 5 books to read, which sounds like a lot, but I do have some different things here. The first book is on my Kindle. This is not the one we're reading first, but this is the one that I'm going to talk about first, and that is A Dark and Secret Magic. This is a new release. I don't have a clue what this book is about. I read the synopsis and I have since forgotten what it's about, but the cover is so cute and autumnal. I love the pumpkins, and the cover in color is also really pretty. So I'm very excited to read this, and I think this is going to be such a good read because I've seen quite a few good reviews about this book. So the next book that we are going to read is a graphic novel, and that is Garlic and the Witch. This is a book following Garlic. It is the second book in the Garlic and the Vampire, or the Garlic series. I don't know what this series is called, but it's something like that. The first book was Garlic and the Vampire. Now we have Garlic and the Witch, and this one we are following Garlic. Garlic is such an anxious little vegetable. She is so cute, and we're following her on a new journey that takes place after the events of Garlic and the Vampire. We're just following Garlic and all her anxiousness going through life. And then the next book that we have here is mostly because of Katie. That is the Ex Hex by Erin Sterling. So I've actually read the Ex Hex before, sort of. So I've read this much of the Ex Hex before, and I want to finish this book. So I'm on page 126. So I'm about halfway through this book, and I think definitely that I can get this done. I want to read this book so bad, and I'm so excited to read it. I have tried to read it not 1 year, but 2 years in a row, and I always get to about page 126 and quit. So we're starting this year on page 126, chapter 14. Well, page 127, chapter 14, because I do pretty much remember what happens in this book. I've read it twice. I've read the first part of it twice. I don't really feel the need to reread it, so this is what we are going to be reading as well. The next book that I have here is The Tale of the Last Flower Bride. This is the book club's pick of the month. This is Katie's Patreon's book club pick of the month. I don't really know what this one is about either, other than it's supposed to be, I believe, like a gothic tale. Yeah, a gothic infused story about a marriage that is unraveled by dark secrets, a friendship accursed to end in tragedy, and the danger of believing in fairy tales. How interesting. And then the last book that I have is Ghost Girl. Ghost Girl? What? Well, there's a girl on it, and I'm assuming she's a ghost, so I think that's where I got that from. I don't really know where that came from. So we have City of Ghosts. Ghost girl. This book, all I know about it is you are following this girl who can see ghosts, and I believe like her parents, this is a middle grade book, so I believe she goes with her parents to these like crime scenes or something like that to see what happens. So I believe this is a murder mystery. I believe. I'm very excited for this. All of these books are pretty short. Like this one is just shy of 300 pages. The Tale of the Last Flower Bride is also just shy of 300 pages. The Ex Hex I only have like 170 pages in. Then we have Garlic and the Vampire, which is a graphic novel. And then I think A Dark and Secret Magic is the longest book that we have on the TBR, and I think it's just over 300 pages. So all of these books are pretty short, so I'm hoping that we will be able to get to all of them in this readathon. I do have some things I have to do this weekend. Hopefully I will be able to get to all of these. My plans are for today is to read Garlic and the Witch first and then read the Ex Hex. So I'm very excited for these. I am gonna go ahead and jump into the video because I've been rambling for about 10 minutes and I am ready to go ahead and get on into the reading. So let's go. Hello everyone, it is the next morning and I do have a little bit of a reading update for you guys. So first things first, I did finish Garlic and the Witch. Such a cute little like wholesome graphic novel. The perfect way to start off this readathon. I had so much fun with this. I had so much fun following Garlic and her little adventures. She definitely went through some interesting challenges this time. It was very, very cute, very wholesome. This has been one of my favorite graphic novel series to read, I think maybe ever, especially for the fall time. This is so perfect. If you guys are looking for a cute, sweet, wholesome little graphic novel to read this fall, this is it. It is so cute. We got to see all of our favorite little characters like Garlic, the Witch, Carrot, Count. Everybody was in here. I think this is gonna be the end of the series because something went down at the very end, so that's why I think it's gonna be the very end of the series. Not sure though. So cute, so wholesome, and I loved it. Another book that I have an update on is I actually have an update on the Ex Hex by Erin Sterling. I am officially on page 200 and so far I am loving the Ex Hex. It definitely has all of the fun vibes. We've been in a library, which was so fun. There's been a haunted house element, which nobody's talked about, and I feel like that should be mentioned at least one time. I'm not going to tell you why there was a haunted house, but like there was. So I'm having such a good time with this. It has been so fun to actually finally finish this book, and now I can like talk about it. Plans for today are definitely going to be finishing the Ex Hex. Hopefully this morning I'm going to try to read it a little bit on my way to what I'm doing, hence why I'm ready. I'm like super ready. I have to go do some photography things this morning, so I'm gonna go do that, and on the way there, because I'm not driving, the Ex Hex is gonna be read. Also, I am planning on picking this up next. I'm so excited to read A Dark and Secret Magic. Like, stoked, pumped, excited. I'm so excited. It just looks so phenomenal. I have no idea what it's about, but the cover alone, just like, I'm giddy. So yeah, that is the plans that I have right now. Hopefully I can read both of these today. I definitely am going to finish the Ex Hex today, but I want to finish this so that way we can start on another book later. What that'll be, I don't know. Probably Tale of the Last Flower Bride or whatever it's called. That's the plans for today. I'm gonna have to go now because I have to go take some pictures, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Hello everyone. So I decided to pop in here to give an update. So as you guys have seen, we did read more of the Ex Hex and we did finish the Ex Hex. I don't think I've talked about what this book is about at all, which is kind of funny because I've said it so much in the past that I think that's why I haven't said it again. So this book, we are following our main character Vivi, and Vivi goes through a heartbreak one night. Her and her cousin, I believe, I think they're a little drunk, and they curse Vivi's ex. They didn't think that they had actually cursed him until years later. He shows back up in town and all of a sudden, like, these weird things start happening and he's cursed. He's cursed man. So they go on this whole big adventure to uncurse him. I think that this book was fine. It was fine. It was fun. I think that the ending wrapped up too quickly because it felt like we were going on like this side quest. We got wrapped up in the side quest, and then the side quest, you know, we done the side quest, it was fine, it was fun, and then we ended up with the ending and the reason why he was cursed just kind of being wrapped up too quickly. So now I don't know how I feel about this book. I enjoyed it for the most part. Otherwise, I think it's a book that you really don't need to take seriously or think too hard about, honestly, because it's just a very simple rom-com, and that's all it is. I don't know. I think that when I read books, especially romance books with like a fantastical element to them, I just get worked up on the idea of it's not like fantasy side of it is not gonna be like a fantasy book. So I think that plot wise, the book, in my opinion, it was fleshed out, but it was not fleshed out to, I feel like, fullest extent it could be. But at the same time, it's a rom-com. It's not supposed to be like a high fantasy fleshed out crazy story. I don't know. Maybe my expectations of the book were just too high. I don't know. Maybe I had different expectations of the book. And then it's like with Vivi and Reese, I think it's Rise. I don't think I cared. I don't think I cared about them as much as, you know, you should when you read a rom-com. Vivi was an interesting main character. She was fun. The banter was fun. They were witty. They were intelligent characters. That aspect, fun, fine. Still didn't really care about them and whether they ended up together or not. I mean, I kind of cared. I think that this book was fun, and would I read it again? I don't know. I don't know if I'll get back through it again. I don't know. I do want to continue it. I want to read the second one and see what I think about the second one and the third one. The third one I think just came out, and it's called like The Winter Witch or something like that. So I want to read it soon. But for Katie, we did finish this book. Katie, if you're watching this, Here you go. It's finished. I swear. It was not a favorite, and it was not a 5-star. It definitely wasn't a 5-star. It was not a favorite. It was not a favorite at all. But it was fun. I enjoyed my time. I did fall asleep once reading it, so I don't know if that's a concern or if I was just actually tired. I don't know. That's my thoughts on this book. I read it for Katie. I did have fun with it. It was interesting. Like, I liked the atmosphere of the book. I liked the fun vibes. I think I mentioned at one point earlier we were in like a haunted house situation. Like, that was fun. I don't know. It just kind of felt like the ending was rushed. If you're wanting like a fun time that's like not like it's a brain off book, like you can just read it and just like half pay attention to it and understand what's going on, like that's the kind of book this is. So if you're like looking for a brain off book that you can binge, here you go. Or you can be like me and get stuck on page 100 every single time you start the book. So now though, we are reading A Dark and Secret Magic, which you guys see me pick up. I'm currently on chapter 9, page 83, 27% into the book, and okay, I'm really liking it so far. So we're following our main character, Kate. Her name is like Hecate. I think that's her name, Hecate. I'm gonna call her Kate. That's her nickname in the book is Kate, so I'm gonna call her Kate. Kate is a hedge witch in this story. Like, hedge witches' responsibilities are to protect, provide peace, sanctuary, you know, all of this like positive reinforcement type of things. When the book opens up, she has this really odd dream, and the dream is of this other person in her coven coming to her and saying this very odd brief statement, and then it's a dream. She wakes up, and then the next day she learns that this person has unfortunately passed, but she's still holding on to the fact that there was this really weird sentence or statement that she had kind of said, and she don't know what that's about. Enter our other main character, Matthew, and Matthew, he just shows up at her door. I think he is in like a rival coven, so he shows up at her door one day and was like, I need your help as a hedge witch. I need sanctuary. So far we don't know where he's been, why he showed up at her door, what's going on, you know, things like that, and she's very reluctant to like let him in. She's like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. She does end up letting him stay there. That's kind of where I'm at so far. There is some things that's happened. We have talked about a few things. I'm gonna continue this. We are trying to figure out the mystery of why this other person in her coven left her this mysterious like message in her dream. I seen this book described as a cozy fantasy. I do get the cozy, but I don't think it's slow stay. I don't know. You know what? No, it does feel like a cozy fantasy. Just kidding. It does feel like a cozy fantasy, but it doesn't feel like a boring cozy fantasy. Like, there is a plot happening, which I am very happy with. But hopefully it'll be a fun time, and hopefully I'll continue to enjoy it. The only thing I think I'm not liking about it so far, is there anything I'm not liking about it? I don't really think there's really even anything that I'm not liking about the book so far. I would say the pacing, but no, I'm enjoying the pacing too. I don't know. My expectations maybe have been put in the wrong category, so hopefully this book will exceed my expectations and I'll really love it and I'll have a new favorite book of the year. I think as far as plans goes, I'm gonna try to read as much of this as I can tonight. I'm in Katie's sprints right now. Katie is doing some sprints, so hopefully I can make some decent progress into this, and then I also need to edit my video, like finalize the editing on my video for tomorrow, and I also need to work on a gallery for a client, so hopefully I will be able to do some of that. And then tomorrow the plans are gonna be for me to make my readathon spread. read for my reading journal, and then I'm also going to pick up another book that's on our TBR. I don't think we'll be able to get through the whole TBR, which was the plan anyway. I didn't really want to read all of the books on the TBR, but we are on book 3. I think we're making quite phenomenal progress. That's probably all the updates I'll have for tonight. I will talk to you guys in the morning with another update. So it has been a little bit since sprints concluded, and I wanted to give you all an update on A Dark and Secret Magic. So I did end up finishing the book during sprints. It's so funny because it literally took me like 3 hours to read this book in total. Yeah, it took me about 3 hours, 4 hours maybe, but it was a very quick read. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the ending. I really enjoyed how things wrapped up. It was a very unique way for things to wrap up, I feel like. I think this is going to be a standalone. I don't see how the series could continue after this. So I am overall very, very happy with this whole series. So let's talk characters for a second. So our main character, Kate, she was awesome. She was such a fun main character to follow. Her love interest and kind of our other main character, Matthew, I really enjoyed him. He was definitely one of those like caring, protective, but I don't feel too overbearing of a love interest. He was very sweet to her. I really, really, really enjoyed him. I love the vibes. It takes place, like I kind of said earlier, 6 days before Halloween, leading up to Halloween. So it would be so perfect to read right in that time, which, what more can you ask for? I have definitely, since finishing this, been begging Katie to read this because I think she'll really, really like this. I think that's really it for A Dark and Secret Magic. I really, 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 really enjoyed it. I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star read, but it really, if you like the spell shop, you will enjoy this because it gave the plot isn't really similar, but it gave the similar vibes with like the love interest and things like that. So I'm very happy with that book, and I think that is going to be one of my new favorite reads for the spooky season. I definitely could see me reading it in the future. I will say it is a cozy fantasy, sort of. It does have more of a cozy element to it, but I feel like at the same time, while it had that cozy element, I feel like it still gave plot. It still had a good plot. There still were stakes, things like that. So overall, I'm very happy with it. And there was also mention of a lot of food, which we always love here as well. So lots of yummy sounding food, and I think that there is recipes in the back of the book. That's A Dark and Secret Magic. 10 out of 10 recommend. It was really, 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 really fun. So I think the next book that we are going to try and read is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. So I have already listened to just a little bit of this book. I'm currently, I think, only on chapter like 2. No, I'm on chapter 3, almost on chapter 4. Okay, so I am a little bit farther. Let's see what page that is. So I'm almost on page 30. So I'm probably at like 28, 29. So I just started this book, and from what I can tell, this is also going to be so fun. So we are following our main character, Cass, and Cass almost drowned in a lake, and this boy ghost, his name is is Jacob. So Jacob ends up saving her from this, and ever since that day, she has been able to see and talk to ghosts, and she can also go between like the veil and see what happened to these ghosts and why they died. So overall, it's been really interesting so far. We're not too into the plot right now. I believe we're on the last day or the last few days of Cass's school year. We already seen her kind of use this ability that she has to see ghosts and to go between the veil, and we are also now getting some background information about her, what happened to her, things like that. So overall, so good so far. I don't really have any type of significant thoughts on this book, I will say, but I am thoroughly enjoying it so far, and I hope that this book may be a new favorite, because then we'll have 3 new favorites out of the 4, which I'm happy with. So yeah, for now, what I think I'm gonna do is my fiance has since joined the party, so I am going to continue to read, and I'm also going to finally fix my journal spread, so I'm gonna set it up and do all of that in just a little bit. But for now, we are going to continue reading City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, and I will give you guys an update in a little bit. So I am here to wrap up the vlog. So I thought we should recap kind of what I've read. First, this is the last thing you guys see me pick up. I did finish City of Ghosts and I really loved it. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was so fun, and it had the spooky elements without being too spooky, and I definitely think that I'm going to continue the series because I really loved it. I think I'm going to give it a 4.25 out of 5. It was so fun. It was so enjoyable. I definitely am intrigued to see kind of where the story goes. I really overall loved our characters that we followed. Cass was such a fun character in this, and Jacob was also such a fun little almost sidekick. He was so fun, and overall I just enjoyed the both of them. I enjoyed the adventure that we went on. It was just so fun. It was so fun. It was so good, and it was perfect for the spooky season. And then I read A Dark and Secret Magic. I love this book. This book was phenomenal. It was so good. I am giving this one a 4.75 out of 5 stars. So almost a 5-star, not quite. I definitely see myself picking this book up again next fall and rereading it and just having a really good time with it. I think this would be perfect for fans of the spell shop, and this really gave that spell shop vibe, but of course it was very different. It just gave that cozy element, but there was still something happening. So overall I loved it. It was so good, and it was almost a 5-star. Then we read The Ex Hex by Erin Sterling. I have finally finished The Ex Hex, and I would say overall I did really enjoy this book. Is it a new favorite? No. But was it so fun and really autumnal and just a good time? Absolutely. So I think I'm going to give this book a solid 4-star rating. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a favorite. I definitely think that if I could have gotten more into it a few years ago, it maybe would have been higher, but this is my first year finishing it, so it is what it is. It was still fun, and I definitely cannot wait to pick up The Kiss Curse. I am planning on reading The Kiss Curse hopefully very soon, so I am so excited to have read The Ex Hex. And then finally, our little graphic novel that we started this adventure with, Garlic and the Witch. I love this series. Honestly, I wish there was more books out in this little Garlic series, but I don't think that there is going to be anymore, and I'm kind of sad about that because this little series is so cute and wholesome and sweet, and it was just perfection. I adored it so much. And with that being said, that is all of our books that we read in today's video. I hope you guys had such a fun time reading with me and just enjoying the vibes. I do really love these kinds of videos, and I love doing 48-hour readathons. I want to say a huge thank you to Bestie Katie for continuing to put on such phenomenal quarterly readathons. Katie is the quarterly readathon queen, and she just puts together fun readathons. So if you guys want to join in on the readathon fun, go check out Katie and go subscribe to Katie's Patreon. You will not be disappointed. It is so fun. And I also want to say another thank you to Katie for having me on her sprints. That was such a fun thing. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Helps out the channel, makes my heart smile. You know how it be around here. Also, comment down below what autumnal reads have you guys been reading. Have you guys read any of these books? If so, let me know what your thoughts are. Have you found a new interest with any of the books that I've read? Let me know. Also, be sure to tap that subscribe button. We do normally try to upload every Sunday and Thursday at 6 p.m. EST, but for the next little bit, or at least maybe the next couple weeks, hopefully just the next couple weeks, hopefully nothing else crazy, but I am going to be uploading only on Sunday, but I am planning on going back to Thursday, probably after my birthday, which you guys will be seeing this after my birthday, so we will see. We will see. I definitely want to go back to uploading twice a week. Also, let me know which day you guys prefer when I upload. Do you guys prefer the Sunday uploads, or do you prefer the Thursday uploads? Let me know. And with that being said, tap that notification bell so you will be notified right when I upload a video. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.